Sometimes, the truth doesn't come in a dramatic confession or a slip of the tongue. Sometimes, it arrives in the most ordinary way, through a notification on a forgotten device. It was a Saturday afternoon when I found out. I had been cleaning the house, going through the usual routine while my wife, Emily, was out with her friends for brunch. She had left her Apple Watch charging on the counter, something she rarely did. Emily was always attached to that thing, checking it obsessively. It tracked her workouts, her steps, her sleep. Apparently, it also tracked her affairs. I wasn't snooping. I wasn't even thinking about her watch until it buzzed with a new message. I glanced at it absent-mindedly, expecting some work notification or a reminder. Instead, I saw the preview of a text that sent a chill down my spine. Last night was amazing. I can't stop thinking about you. When can I see you again? My blood turned ice. I stared at the screen, my heartbeat hammering in my ears. This had to be a mistake. Maybe it was spam. Maybe it was a message meant for someone else. But then the watch buzzed again. Miss you already, beautiful. I'm counting the hours. I felt like I had been punched in the gut. There was no misunderstanding. No rationalizing. My wife was cheating on me. For a moment, I just stood there, my body frozen, my mind struggling to process what I had just seen. My hands clenched into fists. I felt something dark, something primal rise inside me, but I forced myself to stay calm. I needed proof. I took out my phone and snapped a picture of the messages on the watch. If she was going to lie, I was going to make sure I had the truth. Then I waited. Emily came home an hour later, all smiles, laughing as she set her purse down on the counter. I watched her, knowing what she had done, knowing who she had been with, knowing that the woman standing in front of me wasn't the person I thought she was. She kissed my cheek. I fought the urge to wipe it away. How was brunch? I asked, my voice steady. She stretched, sighing happily. Oh, you know, the usual. Mimosas, gossip, way too much food. I nodded. Sounds fun. She had no idea. I let her go about her day, pretending I didn't know. Pretending I wasn't already planning how to destroy her. The next few days, I gathered evidence. Emily was careful, but not careful enough. Her Apple Watch had synced to our shared iCloud account. Every notification, every message, every call was backed up. She had no idea I was watching. I read every text, saw every secret meeting. It wasn't just one night. It wasn't just one mistake. It was an affair. Months of lies. Months of betrayal. And I had all the proof I needed. I didn't yell. I didn't confront her. Instead, I planned. Emily loved her car. A brand new luxury SUV, a birthday gift from me. She adored that car, treated it better than she treated me. She hand-washed it every weekend, refused to let anyone else drive it. So I decided to take it from her. Not by stealing it. By giving it away. The paperwork took a few days, but it was surprisingly easy. I found a charity that worked with homeless veterans, men and women who had lost everything but were trying to rebuild their lives. I picked a man named Daniel Carter, a former Marine, now struggling to get back on his feet. He had a job lined up but no way to get there. That changed when I signed over Emily's car in his name. When the final documents were processed, I smiled for the first time in days. She took everything from me. Now, I was taking everything from her. Emily came home the night before everything fell apart, completely unaware of what was coming. She kissed me like she always did, told me she was going to take a bath, then scrolled through her phone like nothing had changed. But for me, everything had changed. She had one more night in this house. One more night of comfort, of security, of believing that she had gotten away with it. Tomorrow, she would wake up to ruins. The next morning, she got dressed for work, grabbed her keys, and headed to the garage. Then she screamed. William. Her voice was shrill, panicked. Where the hell is my car? I took my time walking to the garage. When I reached her, she was spinning in place, looking around like she had misplaced it, like it had somehow vanished into thin air. It's gone, I said simply. Her head snapped toward me. What do you mean gone? It was here last night. I leaned against the doorframe, arms crossed. I donated it, I said. She blinked. You, what? I signed it over to someone who actually deserves it. Her face twisted with confusion, then anger. Are you out of your mind? That was my car. I shrugged. Actually, it was in my name. My gift to you. And now it's my gift to someone else. She paled, something dawning on her. Why would you do that? I pulled out my phone and opened the photos. The screenshots. The messages. Then I held it out to her. Her breath hitched. Her face drained of color. She didn't even reach for the phone. She didn't have to. She knew what she would see. Her secret was out, and her world was crumbling. I saw the exact moment she realized it was over. She staggered back. "William, please." I cut her off. "Don't. Just don't." Tears welled in her eyes. "I made a mistake." I laughed. A sharp, bitter sound. "A mistake?" "No, Emily. For months, you chose to betray me. Every time you texted him. Every time you met him. Every time you came home and kissed me like I was the only one." She sobbed. "I didn't mean to." I stepped closer, my voice turning ice cold. "You meant every second of it." She covered her mouth, shaking. "Please don't do this." I tilted my head. "Don't do what? Take everything from you? Leave you with nothing?" She nodded frantically. I smiled. Too late. And then I walked away, leaving her screaming my name in the garage. Emily was broken. She tried everything, crying, screaming, begging. She told me she loved me, that it didn't mean anything, that she could fix this. But I just stood there, watching her fall apart. She thought she could cheat and walk away unscathed. She thought I would forgive. She was wrong. Days later, I heard from a mutual friend. Emily had nothing. No car, no support, no one left to turn to. Her affair partner? He vanished the moment she got caught. She called me one last time, her voice shaking. "William, I don't know what to do." I let the silence stretch before answering. "Not my problem." Then I hung up. Thank you for listening to the story to the end. Please like, share your thoughts, and subscribe to the channel.